Hey friends! Today we're going to talk about binge eating. I know a lot of my followers struggle with binge eating, and I'm going to give my top 5 tips to stop binge eating today. I think one of the most important things to know about binge eating is that it is rooted in restriction, whether that's physical or mental restriction. So my number 1 tip is going to be to stop restricting, whether that is mental or physical restriction. And physical restriction is obvious. That is just avoiding certain foods, not allowing yourself to eat certain foods, physical restriction from food. Mental restriction is the one that is a bit trickier to understand, and a lot of my clients struggle to recognize when they are mentally restricting. Mental restriction looks like avoiding or ignoring cravings, saving up calories for the end of the day, dieting, always choosing lower calorie options. And it would make sense why you would binge eat after physically and mentally restricting yourself, because if you think about it, people who are fully nourished do not binge eat. People who are feeding their bodies with adequate calories and the right macronutrients do not binge eat. This is because when you are restricting yourself of food, your body thinks that there's a scarcity of food. And so it tries to self-correct this problem by gorging on large amounts of food to make up for the deficit that it's been in. Tip number 2, stop trying to lose that last 5 to 10 pounds. If you have the desire to lose weight or change your body because you are just so unsatisfied with the way that you look, you're gonna have a really hard time fully improving your relationship with food. If you don't have the most healthy relationship with your body, it makes total sense why you would try to cut back on foods and not allow yourself to eat certain things. And the hard truth is that even if you were to lose those last 5 to 10 pounds, you may still have body image issues. So the key thing here is to fix the relationship that you have with your body and work on that rather than trying to just focus on the food. Something that I hear people say a lot is, oh, I'll just eat whatever I want once I reach my goal weight. But the reality is that once you actually get to that ideal body that you think that you have in your head, you have developed so many food rules and restrictions that those don't just go away once you feel like you are at this body that you dreamed of. I actually find that people who get down to a weight that is below their body set point weight have even more food rules and restrictions and are more likely to binge eat on foods. Tip number 3, identify your triggers. Everyone has different triggers for binging, and identifying yours is gonna be one of the first steps that you take to stop binging before it even happens. So ask yourself these 4 things. Do you binge eat because you restrict? Do you binge eat because you are trying to avoid a certain emotion or a situation? Do you have a history of restriction that hasn't fully healed? Do you binge eat after you feel a certain emotion that binging is the only thing that helps you self-soothe? I've had so many clients tell me that they read all these books on how to stop binge eating and none of them fully even worked for them. And that's because you can't just take this blanket approach to binge eating, because everybody's so unique and everybody's gonna have so many different binge triggers. So the first step is gonna be to identify why you binge in the first place. Tip number 4, finding a support system. You could read all the tips and tricks on the internet, but if you do not have a support system in place, if you surround yourself with people who diet, if you have friends and family who do not support you or understand what you are going through, it's gonna be very hard to fully heal your relationship with food, because you're gonna get all these mixed messages on what to do and what not to do, and you're gonna be very confused on your journey. Having a support system is key. This is exactly why I created my group coaching program, Nourish to Thrive, so women have the accountability and support from women who are going through similar journeys as you. Within my program, we have weekly Zoom meetings where we discuss all things in the educational modules that I provide in my program. You also have access to a private Facebook group where you will be able to meet women who are going through similar journeys as you, so you have that accountability and support outside of our meetings. If you are interested and want to learn more about this program, just click the link down below and you can apply to that program. Tip number 5, getting your period back if you have lost it. I know so many women lose their periods after disordered eating, chronic dieting, history of an eating disorder, so getting your period back is actually key for reducing the urge to binge. This may sound completely unrelated, but cravings and hunger cues are greatly skewed when your hormones are out of balance. Most people who struggle with hypothalamic amenorrhea, aka a missing period, report feeling more extreme hunger and higher cravings than people who have normal healthy periods. Those cravings tend to be things such as high fat foods, high calorie foods, high carbohydrate foods, foods with lots of sugars, because all of these foods provide the calories that your body is missing. I also teach the women in my program how to get their periods back and to balance their hormones naturally using a gentle nutrition approach. This piece is actually super crucial because a lot of women have periods or lack of periods and don't know why they're having these problems in the first place. My goal within this program is to empower you so you have all the knowledge and the tools to find food freedom, stop restricting, stop binging, get your periods back, and to feel your best physically and mentally. This part of the program is what a lot of past clients tell me that they've loved because they had no idea the connection between hormones and the relationship with food. Really try to keep this video short and sweet today. Those were my top 5 tips to stop binging. Again, if you are curious about joining my group coaching program, head on over to the link below and you can apply to see if we would be a good fit. If you want more tips like this, you can just head on over to my blog, which is down below. You can also head over to my Instagram at Emmy's Yummies to receive daily tips and motivation. Thanks for watching today. If you guys like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe so you guys will get more videos just like this, and I will catch you in the next video.